I assume this is working. If not, I'm a little bit retarded, or I just can't figure out the software. So this is my first experience with YouTube chat. I'm going to put the YouTube windows all over here. Move that to the side. Okay, it says I've been live for 14 seconds. I assume I've been live for 14 seconds. I don't know. So we are not experiencing technical difficulties now. There we go. Let me turn off the sound in the background there. Alright. What does this button do? Sync to preview player. Okay. So, this is Jonathan Gardner again. This is episode 2 of Programming with Python 3, Qt 5, PyQt. I just got Qt installed on my MacBook, which I'm really not used to Mac, so I've installed a couple things that made my life a little bit easier. This little dude, Spectacles, allows me to, spread things out. Here's my Mac version. Hopefully this is showing up in 1080p so you can read everything. 2.4 gigahertz Intel Core i7, 16 gigabytes memory. It has an NVIDIA 650, and it doesn't say how much storage, but there's only 500 gigabytes, and I should assume it's all SSD. This is a little session window. I want you to be bigger. Get bigger. We're going to be doing a lot inside of you because I don't know how to make... Let me actually try to install Mac Vim. Brew, install Mac Vim. I want to use Windows for Vim. Okay. So I used Brew. You have to get Xcode installed, which means you have to tell Apple about your personal details. I think they even asked for what you had for breakfast. I don't remember. But anyway, so I got Xcode installed. Then you have to open up the Xcode thing. Installing software is a nightmare on Mac. You thought it was bad on Windows, man. So, and then I installed Qt, Qt 542. Then I installed SIP, S-I-P. You get that from the PyQt site. Let me kind of walk through how you can install in SIP. Let's make a new window here. Yeah. No. New window with same command. I have no idea what this stuff is. New tab? Yeah. There we go, tabs. Okay. So, actually I went to downloads. Okay, so I have downloaded PyQt right here, and I downloaded SIP right here. Let's make the font bigger. Bigger. Yeah, bigger. There we go. Okay. Let me do that again. All right, SIP 4.1.68, PyQt GPL 542, because it's GPL, my code has to be GPL, which I don't have a problem with. I like GPL. GPL is good. I'm going to move my microphone. I'm going to cover your ears. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too annoying. Assume my microphone is working. I could be wrong. It says we are not receiving your viewers. Okay, I think I need to use a lower bit rate. Actually, output video bitrate is 3000. I need to up that to 3000. I don't know if that's going to work. Bear with me for a minute here. Okay, you had a window. Oh wait, let's go back. Let's go back here. Okay. No, I don't want to create a new event. Close that window. Live page. There we go. Okay, this guy. So I'm going to go to Live Control Room and a new tab. Let me just show you what I'm looking at so you guys can kind of see what's going on. What is going on? Here. There you go. The health is good, it says. I can't see what you guys... Maybe I can. Public view. Let's go ahead and see what this is. Yeah, so you guys can see what I'm looking at, I assume. Let me unmute. Oh, and shoot, it's only on the left ear. This is annoying. I really hate it listening to music in the left ear. Down mix to mono. There we go. That should do something. All right. Hopefully that fixes the left ear. I'm almost ready to actually start the broadcast here. Let me go check if there's any more warning messages it wants to give me. It says help. Streaming is good. There's a preview. Let's look at the full screen of that preview. Come on, full screen, buddy. Allow. Oh gosh, I hope I am broadcasting in 1080p. If I'm not, I will give a major mea culpa. Because you have to see the letters and the things that I'm typing. So, yeah, I'm going to escape out of that. Listen. Alright, it's doing a mono now, so it's in left and right ears. Okay, I'm going to get this out of your face now. Okay, put this back over here where it belongs. There you go. Okay. Let me just watch. Okay. Where was I? Hello, welcome. Programming PyQt, this time on Mac. This is a new experience for me, broadcasting and programming on a Mac. I've used a Mac past couple of years, for about 2 years, so I stopped using it about 2 years ago. I am a Linux fanboy. That's what I program in usually, but I didn't think you wanted to see me boot up VirtualBox and start running Fedora 22. And besides, there's a few bugs that I have to figure out in Fedora 22, and this doesn't look like it has very many bugs. We'll find them together, though. Okay, so, what is it, WS1? WS1? What is it? PS1. Oh, gosh. Equals / big W $space. There we go. Okay, so I went into SIP. I unzipped that with the tar ZXF and the SIP dash tar ZZ like that. That unzips it, and then I go into the SIP directory, and I did configure with Python 3. I made sure it was Python 3. I had to install Python 3 with brew. I just did brew install Python 3, and it installed it, and then I ran Python 3 to make sure it was Python 3, and sure enough, if you look at these two lines, it says Python 3, 4.3, okay? And out of there, Control-D gets you out of the Python interpreter. On Windows, it's Control-Z, Enter, but everywhere else is Control-D. Did a configure with Python 3, did a make install, okay? And make install did this. It just basically, it copies some programs up into something under the cellar, which I assume is where the brews go. You know, okay, let's, yeah. Okay, and then I went into PyQt. This one takes quite a bit longer. I did configure make install. Make took a very long time because it has to compile all the files. And then I ran a quick test. So let's go back to my projects directory, and then into my JGRPG toolkit, which I downloaded, of course, with Git. And I ran Python 3 JGRPGTools toolkit.py, and sure enough, it works. So I guess it works. Now, of course, Macs being Macs, it has to put the menu like all the way away from where your stuff is. So obviously, I want to reduce the reliance on the window as much as possible. So let's make a pixie race really quick. These guys are what, 3 feet tall? It doesn't let me do that, so I have to type in. Oh, great. I'll have to figure out how to get these guys to work properly. So 3.5 feet tall. No, let's make them like 1.5 foot tall. Let's make them 1 foot tall. 10 inches? Yeah, 1 foot tall. And they vary by about half. Okay, they don't weigh 160 pounds. Maybe 10 pounds. No, not even 10 pounds, 5 pounds. 5 pounds plus or minus 0.2. Won't let me do points. That's not good. I'm not sure. 1 pound. Okay. And there we go. Let's see if that works. Did I make a new pixie race? Yeah, there's a pixie race. And we can edit the race, hopefully. Yeah, everything seems to be working. I can't imagine things all of a sudden not working, except for save and load. So universe save as, oh, this is not very fun, is it? Default.jgu. It won't let me save it as that. Why is that? Save as default.jgu. Universe open. That was very interesting. It wouldn't let me save as that file. So everything seems to be working. Okay, let's exit out of here. Control Q should get me out. Okay. Control Q is mapped to Apple Q. It's annoying. Okay, I can fix this bug really quick. So one of the things that I tell people, and it just annoys me to no end, that there are experienced senior programmers in the industry that do not read log messages, and I don't know where they get that habit from, but it's a terrible habit. So he's looking here, I see two errors. The first one says, they're actually the same error. So in this inches spin box.py, let's open that up. Let's try to use Finder. Let's learn how to use this together. Oh gosh, I hate this. Let's go home. Otherwise it lists like all the files, which I don't want all the files. I want my files. And I want them organized because I took the time to put them in. Oh, I'll just be quiet. Okay. So inches spin box. So let's see if we can open with macvim. Yes, we can. Okay, so how do I edit font bigger? That's probably plenty for you guys to see. And then edit color scheme to, I believe it was Torte that I liked. Yes, Torte. So we're going to use this, and I believe I can do this. Python 3 JGRPG toolkit.py. Okay, so we're in business. I really don't need the shell anymore. Let's get rid of that. No, I don't like you. Okay, let's go. Okay. All right, so I lost the error message, of course. What was it? Well, let's reproduce the error. And watch this. So you go piped, 2 goes to address. This will not work on. All right, so what this command does is Python 3 JGRPG Toolkit, of course, it runs that file. 2, greater than ampersand 1. This is a bash command, a shell command that's pretty universal across shells. I hope we're using bash here. 2 is the file number for error output, standard error, stderr. 1 is the output for standard out, stdout, and 0 is the file handle for standard in, stdin. What I said here with this little thingamajig is say, hey, take file number 2, the standard error, and redirect its output into file number 1. This pipe says so this basically says all the error messages are going to go to standard out. They're not going to go to standard error and standard out. And then what I do is I take all that and pipe it into the input of the program called T. T is a program that will output what it receives into a file and to your standard out. So we're going to have a file called output.out, if I can find it. That's interesting. Okay. So there should be a file called output.out. Let's just go here. Okay. Output.out. Where are you? There you are. And oh man, you can't. This is annoying. All right, just forget it. You're retarded. I guess I have to do output.txt or something. How? Anyway, yeah, you could use text editor or whatever. I do need the shell because this is retarded. I don't know how to set it to open another file. You can probably tell me. And I don't like the white. It hurts my eyes. Terminal preferences. Yay, menu hunt. So I believe Pro, and how do I set this as default? Default. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. My mouse has a stupid acceleration on that I cannot turn off. I've tried multiple things from different websites. Cannot turn it on, off. I can make it bigger. Okay, so Got to turn off the bell too. It's going to annoy me eventually. So tail-f output out. Okay, so nothing in there. Now let's go do that same thing we did before. Races, I don't have race, create race, that's all the way up there. Beautiful. And I believe it happened when I tried to change this. I tried to delete that and type in 1. Was it this one? It's not making the error again. Well, that's dumb of me to get rid of error output. Yeah, what's that all about? Okay, maybe the error output is not happening. Oh, of course, it's buffering. Thank you, Python. Thank you for buffering. Well, now we have the error in a file. How do I turn off buffering? What is this? I'm looking up the documentation for print. Maybe there's something in there about how to turn off buffering. Whether output is buffered is usually determined by the file, but if the flush keyword argument is true, the stream is forcibly flushed. Okay, so how do I tell sysstandard out, don't buffer? Regular text streams, their parameters, character encoding, blah, blah, blah. When interactive, standard streams are line buffered. Otherwise, they are block buffered, like regular text files. You can override this value with the -u command line option. Let's click on that. -u, force the binary layer of standard out and standard error streams, which is labeled as their buffer output, to be unbuffered. The text out will still be line buffered if you use a constant. Or block buffered if you're a non-interactive file. See also Python unbuffered. Okay, let's try Python-3-u. So I really need, okay. So race, create race. Okay, now please. No, it didn't do it. Did it? It did not do anything. One more time. Okay. Go all the way to the top. Create race. Okay. So what I did is I deleted that, or tried to at least. There. Now it did it. Now it's unbuffered. So -u works for this case. Could not convert string to float 1 foot. Okay. Why is it trying that? Oh, okay, we exit out of here now. Okay. Let's look at the error message. It says it's a value error. It tried to convert 1 apostrophe into a float, which it can't do because it doesn't know it's going to be apostrophe. This is the line of code that it didn't like. This is the file it was in. It was line 31. So I go to my Vim window 31, Shift G, takes me to line 31 right there. All right, inches equals M group 4 or M group 5. Okay, what do we got for groups? We probably just got a regex. It's all bad here. So this is the group 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why isn't it picking up the apostrophe? It should, okay, no, it's this one it should pick up. Ah. Okay, regexes are not simple. Let me just break this up so you guys can understand what's going on here. Regexes are extremely powerful. It's such a powerful and important tool that I really don't know how you can do a lot of programming with anything that's text back here. Set tab stop equals 4, short tab stop equals 4, zip width equals 4, ETAI. Okay. And retab because we got actual tabs in there. And please stop beeping at me. Okay. Little known fact about Python strings. Consecutive strings are appended together by the compiler. So this code should work the same. The R strings are raw strings. That means the slashes are not interpreted, except for I believe quotes in the R slash. I can do this as well. Watch R dun, 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 and then this one doesn't need a backslash, and then R dun, 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 and this one also doesn't need a backslash, and then R dun, dun. So triple quoting works with R's. It can be capital R or lowercase r. I don't know if Python 3 made it one or the other. And there we go. Okay, so these will all be appended together. The OR bar is, of course, in a regex, the left or the right. It'll match in the left. Okay, what is a regex? If you know what regexes are, you can just skip ahead until I stop talking about regexes. If you don't, this is your time to learn. You need to know what regexes are. It's used everywhere in programming. It's even used if you're not programming, if you're just using various programs that give you the option to use regexes. What does a regex do? Regular expressions. When you go through Chomsky, he wrote down basically different kinds of languages from a mathematical perspective. So how do you define a language mathematically? Well, you define a language by saying what expressions are valid in that language. Okay, and one way you can do that is you can just list all the valid expressions in a language, right? So for English, that would be impossible. There's an infinite number of possible expressions in English. However, you can invent stupid languages where the valid expressions are just a list of things, like A, B, C, D are the only possible expressions in the language. Those are really stupid. I think they're called type 0 languages. Then the next thing you go up is the next most complicated kind of languages are languages where you can have things and they can repeat. Okay? And then you start getting into the realm of regular expressions. Regular expressions allow you to describe simple languages. These kind of languages are not strong enough to do like let's say writing a program language, right? Python is more than a regex can handle. The place where regexes really fall down is when you have nested structures. So like in a sentence, you can put parentheses inside of parentheses. In a mathematical expression, you can have square braces and curly braces and all kinds of parentheses and stuff like that. And things are nested inside of each other. But for regexes, they can handle like a single parenthesis or two parentheses, but parentheses, it can't handle that very well. Okay, what they can handle is straightforward strings. Most of the strings, in fact, if you take pretty much any language, you can break it down usually into parts that a regular expression can cover. Right? For instance, in Python, there is a regular expression that tells the Python language what is a valid name for a variable. Okay, it's pretty simple. It has to start with a letter. Let me just write out what it would look like. So it has to start with a letter. And then it could follow any number of letters or numbers or underscore and any number of those. So it's going to be star. Okay. And what this means is the first thing has to be a letter. It's uppercase or lowercase. /w means a letter. Okay. The parentheses means I'm going to group something together inside of here. Okay. And whatever's inside that group, it's going to be 0 or more times. That's what the star means. Okay. And inside here, you see these vertical bars. These means that it can either be this or that, repeated as many times as possible. Now, when I say repeat, I don't mean it has to be word, or letter. It can be letter, number, underscore, letter. And so this simple regular expression right here, this one covers what a valid Python variable name is. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, what I'm doing up here is I want to describe what a valid measurement in feet and inches are. Okay, so for the first part of the regular expression, you see bar, and I have 4 parts. 3 bars means 4 parts. It says that it can be a number, followed by an apostrophe, followed by a space repeated as many times. A space could be a tab or a space or any other number of possible spaces, followed by another number, 1 or more. The plus means 1 or more. Star means 0 or more. Followed by, and ignore this for a second, I'll explain that in a second, followed by a group that's optional. Question mark means 0 or 1, so you can either have it or you don't, which is a dot, and that should be /dot, because dot matches anything. Okay, it's not anything, it's a specific dot. This one has to be a question mark as well. This one has to be a question mark as well. Okay, a dot, because normally dot means anything. In this case, I want dot to mean a period, followed by a number 0 or more times. Okay, and this whole section is optional, right? This I'm going to talk about that in a second. Okay, so that's the first possibility: a number followed by an apostrophe with optional space, followed by optionally dot number, followed by a double quote. Okay, and here is the same thing as on top, except you can have a number followed by a dot followed by a number optionally, and that is a apostrophe. Here we go, same thing. This time it's followed by a quote. Okay, and here we just have a number followed by dot followed by number. That's it. Okay, So, when you're doing regular expression programming, there's a very famous module library called Perl RE. So Perl, the programming language, had a beautiful regular expression engine inside of it. It was so beautiful and so good that other languages wanted to adopt it. So Python actually uses the Perl RE library, or I think they've adapted it slightly. But basically, we use the same thing that Perl uses. So if you're familiar with Perl, these symbols should all be familiar to you as well. Okay? All right. So when in the Perl one, if you have a group like this, it captures it and stores it for later so you can access it. So when I do the matching down here, I say, hey, take that height RE that I just made and match it against text, okay, and give me the match object. If we have a match object, meaning that there was some kind of a match, okay, then the feet and the inches is going to be equal to groups 1 and 2. Okay, what's group 1? That's the first set of parentheses right here. 1 would be the number that shows up before the apostrophe. 2 would be the number that shows up before the double quote. Okay, so feet and inches equals m.group 1, 2. If you have feet and inches, so if they both show up, you shouldn't have one or the other, right? But if they both show up, then we're just going to take into feet times 12.0 plus float of inches. We're converting the feet into a float by appending this .0. Okay, so we have now probably it'll do the upcast from into decimal into float, but I wanted to make sure that I converted it here. So really, I should call this float. I shouldn't call that an int. That's a float. Okay. Otherwise, feet is the third group. What would be the third group? Well, here's group 1. I'm going to hit Shift 5 to bounce back between parentheses. Very useful key to know. Well, here's another group. This one says I'm matching everything up to an. You know what? I should have that followed by optional space. And this doesn't need optional space. This one does need optional space. Why optional space? Because these regular expressions have to handle the case when you're typing something in. If it doesn't match, it gets upset. Okay. All right. So group 3 would be just feet by itself. So we just return float feet times 12. That's a tongue twister there. Otherwise, inches will either be this one followed by the inch mark, or it will be the last group, which is basically any number. And I need a plus there. See, when you line things up, and you're going to see where you make mistakes. Okay. In fact, I believe that I can do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. There is a command to ignore white space in your regular expression. Let me pull it up for you. So Python 3 RE module. And the reason why you'd want to ignore white space in your regular expression parsing is because, let's go to the module contents here. Because you want to make everything look pretty. And ignore case, ASCII, multi-line, .vol, verbose. This flag allows you to write regular expression that look nicer. White space within the pattern is ignored except when in a character class or preceded by an unescaped backslash, as when a line contains a sharp neither in a character class or preceded by an olive character. Okay, so it basically allows you to put comments into your regular expression, and so we can do this. And then we're going to do re.verbose. Okay. And we'll just go and delete. So I click D3F apostrophe. That says delete to the third apostrophe. I'll just do Shift D here. Okay. And sorry about the beeps. I'm going to turn that off when it finally gets annoying. Okay. So let's go over here. Okay. Let's line this up here. Okay, so this should be a little bit more clear. Let's go over here. And we can do this through the end of the line. So this would be 5 feet, 6.3 inches. This would be 6 feet. I need a sharp there. This would be 3.7 inches. No, 3.6 is good enough. And then let's go back here. And this would just be 3.9. That would be interpreted as inches. All right. Let's just join those two lines together with Shift J. Okay. How do I turn off the bell? Disable bell in macvim. Okay. So what didn't do it? That still didn't do it. Let's try this one. Hopefully I can middle click paste. No, I can't. Let's just type it in. So auto command GUI enter star set visual. I need to put this into my vimrc. T equals. Okay. That didn't do anything. Yeah, forget it. Forget it. It's only slightly annoying. Okay. There's a regular expression. Height RE. Okay. So hopefully this code makes a little bit more sense. Okay, let's give it a try. See if it likes me. Let's open up my... Keep hitting Alt-Tab. Terminal there. I'm going to hit Enter a couple times. It's a little trick I learned a long time ago. Let's go over here. Okay. So... Race, create race. I'm going to go like this. Oh, it doesn't allow empty. It doesn't allow control. It does not allow empty. So let's do this. Try it again. Okay. It doesn't like none, but if I type 1, it should be 1 inch. If I type 1, 1 foot. 1 foot, 3.5 inches. 1 foot 4. Let's do 1.5 feet. There you go. It's working except for it doesn't like none type. Okay, that's easy to fix. Actually, let's do this. So this is a common trick. Everything falls down there. It will be 0.0 if you don't do anything. All right, race, create race. Let's delete all this. 1.25 feet. You know, hold on, let's try this. I should allow the quote at the end there to be optional. Yeah, okay. All right, I think everything's working happy now for this inch spin box. Let's save this. Control, no, there we go. Save. Git status. Let's see if we can do it from here. Yeah. Git add percent adds that file. Git commit -m. I could have done just with the file at the end of this. Fixed the inches box. Garbage. Git config global was it dash to auto. Why wasn't I paying attention? Git config global auto. Key does not contain a section. Git config, here this is demand git config dash help. Should bring up a band page. See what auto. I'm not familiar with this command. Okay. Nope, not there. Okay, I'm about to give up and just type in my email and name. All right, git config global user.name is Jonathan. That's me, Jonathan Gardner. Hello, ARDNER. If I can type, I can't apparently. Git config global user.email is jgardner@jonathan.gardner.net. Git commit amend ith author. Git commit amend author. What didn't I like about that? Author requires a value, so git commit amend. Reset author. There we go. So everything's reset. Okay, git push origin master. Okay. So that code changes up there right now. Phew. Let's see, we've gone for 37 minutes just to explain regular expressions. Are you guys even typing in comments? How would I know if you're typing in comments? Jurgen Trepp, why do you use Yahoo as default search engine? Because I hate Google. Google did a really... Okay. I've been using Firefox since it came out. I'm a huge Mozilla fan. Back when IE was like the only browser to use. How do I type in comments to you? How do I do that? Anyway, Google used to pay money to Firefox for putting their search engine into their browser, but now Google wants to take over the browser market. I don't want Chrome to take over. I want open source software to rule everywhere, and Firefox is open source and free. And if you're using Chrome, you should feel bad. Even if it works, you shouldn't be using it because Chrome is closed source, it's proprietary, and you have no idea what Google is doing with your data. You just don't. It's a company. I work in the industry. I know what people do with data. Okay. Hi, Jurgen. Okay, let me figure out how to reply to comments. I won't. I'll just cock. Okay. Good question, Jurgen, by the way. Jurgen? Yeah. Okay, Inch a spin box, I'm pretty much done with this. I want to get to work on something else. Create item GUI. Let's play with that. Let's do some more work on the GUI. I remember I had to plug in a bunch of things. So let's go E, JGRPG, create item prototype widget. There we go. And let me get a visual on what that is. I don't remember what it looks like. You know, I'm going to do something really simple first. I'm going to plug in double clicking on races. Of course I have to quit. I'm pressing, macQ. All right. All right, so we're going to plug in races here. The way I did it down here was I did set data to here. Item prototypes.qt user role. This is going to be, oh gosh, I can't do it that way, can I? I have to basically reroute. Okay, ignore that. Undo. Buffer previous BP, colon BP. Okay. Let's run it over here. Python 3 JGRPG toolkit. Okay, so let me think about this. So item prototype. So we have edit prototype. So greatsword, type greatsword. That thing working. Are we getting the weight? It looks like we're not doing weight. Let's do weight. Okay, reset to the original item. Gosh, stop beeping at me. Holy cow. Okay, it reset. There's a command to make sure that you only do this for Python files, but I'll just do it for every file because I'm only going to do Python right now. Later on, if I do another type of file, I'll fix it. That's a good programming technique. Just write what you need, minimum effort. Okay, so that's setting the type. Comments are good. Comments help me catch up to where I was. The weight. I'm assuming this is the way it's going to work, so I'm going to go item or item.weight. Get attribute, no, item.weight, and I'm going to have a default item weight on the object. Make this full screen here. Okay, BSPL, JGRPG models, item, right there. So when we load up an item, it already has a float for the weight. It already saves the weight. So these things are all going to have a weight of 0 because the weight attribute is already set. Which I'm not complaining about too much here. Okay, let's make sure I got the syntax right. Let's boot up my designer. Hello, Qt designer. Where are you hiding? I thought I put you in my toolbar. I guess I didn't. Qt designer. I could have opened it from the file there. Let's go over here and close that window. Why did it all open up over there? I'm your Qt designer. You are a bad boy. I didn't want you to open over there. I wanted to open over here. And why are you so annoying? Why do you have to be like spread out like this? Like what? Why can't you just be normal? Like I'm going to be quiet. Okay, so we are going to open a file. Oh gosh, take me home. Shift H. Okay, there you go. Projects, JGRPG toolkit. UI, create item prototype UI. This is going to tell me the names of the stuff. And oh boy, this is annoying. This is going to be so annoying. Okay, weight is this guy. He is called the weight spin box. I believe he has a value. Yes, it's called value, so it's going to be set value. I just know that because I'm smart. No, I remember I've done this several times. Where's my Mac then? There it is. Okay, so that should work. Weight and height. We'll just set it like that. What are the other attributes? Colon S slash weight slash height. G. Okay. Value. Let's do the same for the value. Shift V down. Colon S slash height slash value slash G. Okay, Jürgen says, so you work in big data or something. I work for a startup. Yeah, I got my own wiki. I've been doing that for years. I work for a startup, and so I basically do anything that needs to be done. Yeah. I used to work for a company that was analyzing Facebook pages, or specifically Facebook page posts, and we were able to predict within 5 minutes how popular the post would be. which ones they should put money down on. This is for Fortune 500 companies. Of course, we were working for an advertising company, not an engineering company. So once we built that solution, they said, okay, we don't need you anymore, go away. Which was kind of frustrating, but they gave us a lot of money to go away, so I can't complain too much. Well, all the money's gone now. I'm a poor person working for a startup. Anyway, that should work with the value and everything. Save that. Alt, tab, terminal. Oh, it's still running. Let's close out of here. Let's close out of here. This is going to be confusing as heck. Okay. I wish I had desktops. Okay, go for it. So there's some defaults there. How do I make this big? Make it big. Okay, and edit that prototype. Oh, it doesn't like that, huh? What is the key to make it small again? There's got to be a button that I can type or something. Finding that tiny button. That button is so tiny on my monitor. Attribute error. Create item prototype widget has no attribute height spend box. That's because I am a jerk. There's no. It's size. It is size, not height. Let's fix that. There we go. Height, it's size. So, oh, I hit page up and page down there accidentally. There we go. Height is not height, it's size. I was confusing items with characters. Okay, write that. Let's go over here. Control WH goes to the left window, and yep, sure enough, it has a size, not a height, a size. So that's all good. So let's go Alt Tab to the terminal. Let's kill this guy. Die. Okay, let's see what it does now. Okay. Yeah, so it's just setting it to the minimum value because 0 is not allowed. I believe 0 is there. Oh, I guess this one already has a value that I already set. I don't know how I did that. Okay, let's exit out of here. Keep pressing Control Q. It's Command Q. Height value. This one I have to redo all this. Okay. You can scale Apple's UI. Haha, there's a lot of story to UI. Yeah, there is. Everybody has a story, right? All right. Let's set these to the defaults. Set value. What's the default? 0.5, I believe. 0.5, 6, and 1. 0.5, 6, and 1. Escape. Why are you? What the? Okay, I have a square box and I don't know why. Okay. Change to S. I don't want to do that one actually. Change to S. This is going to be size and change to S value. Okay. This is going to be 6 inches. This is going to be 1 gold piece. Is it insert? Where's my insert key? Why did you change your shape there, your cursor shape? I have no idea. Control insert? What does that do? I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on right now. There's not much story to me. Everybody has a story. Come on, Jurgen. Okay. Oh, some other things I want to check out. Are we saving the values? Apply. No, we're not. We're doing type. We're not doing weight, size, and value. So I did YYP to copy and paste a line. Just YYPP, copies and paste it twice. Imagine this is in the history. Okay, save that. So it should be saving It sets defaults. Okay, everything should be good. Make sure it runs here. Alright, create a new item. This will be 50 pounds. And it'll be 6 feet tall, 6'6", and worth 100 gold pieces. Alright. Has no attribute weight combo box, weight spin box, of course. Oh, let's kill this first. Alt Q, or Apple Q. Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, so it's not weight combo box, it's weight spin box. So I'm just going to do Shift V, down, down, :s/combo with spin, global, I don't need global. Okay. Let's try again. Big guy. He is a horse item. He is 50 pounds and 6 feet and worth 100 gold pieces. Alright. Edit prototype. 50 pounds, 6 inches. No, he's 6 feet. 6 feet, bud. Oh, 6 feet. There you go. Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, now what to do? What to do? So items, weapon damage. I'm going to leave weapon damage for later. Create items, trade items, event system. Save. I have on my board here a bunch of sticky notes of things I want to work on. Groups, item effects, combat choices, traits, spells, personality, etc. Below skills. So this is I'm going to pull these off the whiteboard here. You can't see this. I'm not going to turn the camera on. Time, places, item effects, character edit for visual profile. Oh, you know what I need to do actually before I wrap this item up. So both your index fingers rest on F and H. Of course. F and J. F and J. If you want to go H, you have to move your index finger. Leave that. I want to do the view. View item prototype. I have to open this guy. So we have to put these things in there. So label box. Label is going to go here. That's going to be the type, the weight, the size, and the value. And we're going to need some labels over here. Okay. So type, weight, size, and value. Alright, type. Let's delete the text here. Oh, no. I want the Q label. I just don't want to have any text there by default. Go up there. Get up there. Get up there. Come on. Don't be an idiot. Come on. Alright, let's break the layout here. Does anyone else watch this? I did one earlier, and it got quite a bit of views. I was very surprised. I was extremely surprised. The reason why I did this is I thought, you know what? My kids aren't here. They're in California. They're coming back today. But I wanted to, program with them every day so they can learn to program. And really, the best way to learn to program is to see someone doing it. It's something that I believe you have to be apprenticed. It's an apprenticeship. Don't be stupid. Come on. Type. Let's go up here. Let's go up here. Don't be stupid. Come on. There's got to be something there. There's got to be something there. All right. Break the layout. There is something there. Type. Alt C, there you go. Now, this should work. There we go. Okay, make yourself small. Change object name. This is going to be the type value label. F and H. What language are you using the keyboard in? Change object name to size value label. Change object name to value label. Value label. Okay. Save. Is it saving? I assume you're saving? Alt S. There. Okay. I'm mostly learning on my own. That's how I learned. That's how anybody learns, actually. And you just got to try things out. And the reason why I think it's more of an apprenticeship and less of something you go to school for is just like in a machine shop. If you want to learn how to use machine, like go to a machine shop and learn how to like machine things, you have to watch experts do it, and you have to ask them as you do things like, "Hey, am I doing this right, or is this stupid?" And you know, there's certain things you can't learn academically. So JGRPG view item prototype widget. We just have to wire everything up here. So set data, name, type, weight, size, value. F and J. Yeah, F and J is right. Using E in US. Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, undo. Colon S, name with type. Actually, type is the first one. G, up. Type name, weight, size, and value. Let's give it a try. Oh, it doesn't like that. It has an unexpected type float, so I need to convert things to strings. See that error down here? Type error. Q label set text argument 1 is an unexpected type float. Do I want to promote this to a label that accepts a float and shows the right value? I think I do. Yeah, feedback. Feedback is hard to get. Mailing lists are good. Having someone you can ask is good. Yeah, feedback is hard to get. You know, we used to say, 10 years ago, just read the source. Just look at the code that other people wrote. But honestly, that doesn't show you how to get there. By the time I got my first job programming, I had already had years and years of programming under my belt. I started when I was 8. My dad bought a Commodore 64 and brought it home. And he said, "Hey, kids," and we learned to program. He ordered those magazines. It is absolutely worth it to learn Vim. Absolutely worth it. I think it took me 2 or 3 weeks before I could really get good at Vim, but those were 2 or 3 weeks well spent. And I don't even think about it. I just use it. And it really is a great tool. Absolutely worth it to use Vim. What am I doing? I'm going to this guy, and we're going to promote some things. Promote to. This is the weight. This is the weight label. And this is going to be found in JGRPG weight label.h. Add that. No, I don't want to change that. Promote that guy. Size label is going to be inch label. Promote to inch label. Is that what I call the other one? Inches label. I mean inches label. That'll be in JGRPG / inches label dot h. Add that guy. Promote that guy. And value will be call this money label. JGRPG money label dot h, not pi. This thinks we're doing C, we're not doing C. Now the other thing too is I should probably go over to this dude and change this to a money spin box. You know what? No, I don't need to. Okay, Alt S, Alt S. Okay, now we need to implement those things. Oh, if they're not programming every day, it takes a long time. It just depends on how often you use it. There's a Vim tutorial. I believe it just one of these is like Vim Tutor. There you go, Vim Tutor. Welcome to the Vim Tutor. Read through that. It's only like 10 pages long, and you really know everything you need to know to use Vim successfully. You just started down the right path. Somebody was distracting me. I blame Jürgen. Okay. So E, JGRPG, inches, label, pi, JGRPG, weight, label, pi, JGRPG, money, label, pi. So from PyQt 5.qt widgets import q label, and then class money label q label def init self parent can be none, and super, if I can spell, I see the spelling error, but I'm going to get good in a second. And we're going to do XP and def set text self money super money label self dot set text. I believe it's set text. I could be wrong. Control W H colon E JGRPG item. No, view item. It's me. View item prototype widget. Yeah, set text is the right one. Control W Shift H. What is going on here? Control W Shift L. There we go. Control W Shift J. My keyboard every once in a while just does something stupid. I don't know what caps lock is on. Of course, you can like tell me that caps lock is on, but no. You have to be. Okay. View item prototype widget. Okay, keep that one over there. Set text to 0.3 f gp dot format money. Actually, that can be one line. I think it's not too long. Okay, so GG shift V G shift G yank. That's Y J shift P. Just shift V to label everything. Substitute. I did :S after doing shift V to highlight things. Money with, this is inches. G. Okay. And inches is going to depend on if inches is greater than 12.0, because we want to compare floats to floats, then we're going to do / that, format that with divide by 12, floor divide by 12, and then inches percent to 12. I believe that should do the right thing. Else text equals 0.2 f / inch format inches. And this will be super that set text to text. All right. I trust me. If I wanted to ignore you, I would. This one is not inches. This is going to be weight. This one is not going to have two separate paths. This is always going to be pounds. Maybe in the future I'll change it. Which is why it's good to abstract things out like that. So 0.2f, 0.2. I don't even know if this is going to work. I should probably verify that things work before I start writing a bunch of code. Wait. Let's change that word. CIW, change inner word weight. Write that out. So colon WA to write them all out. And let's see what happens. Oh, it doesn't like that. Unknown format code F for object of type string. So why is the weight a string? Let's go check out my code here. Why is the weight a string? Imagine if I go to the model. It's a float. It should be a float. I'm going to move the table. Cover your ears. I got to sit down. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. All right. Okay, why is weight a string? So repr will tell me what kind of object it is. I'm going to print that out and see what it says. Oh. Yeah, when it's initializing it, setting it to text label, which is not what I want it to do. So let's just ignore that. I could have been trying for days to understand. Oh, crap! I hit Alt Q instead of Alt Tab. Okay. Now for a moment of Zen. So in Mac, when you want to switch windows, you have to hit Command Tab. If you want to close a window, you have to hit Command Q. So one of the most common commands you use for Windows manipulation, going between windows, is one key away from the command to close the window. And I thought Mac was supposed to be good at user design. I thought they were supposed to be good at design. Else. What a horrible user experience. I don't want that. What a horrible user experience. I have to write this down and tell the world about how stupid this is. The startup I work for, I'm afraid to say. I don't want to harm their reputation. And it's US only. So, you know, maybe one day I'll tell people, but right now I don't want to link the professional with my personal here. Okay, we have to do this for this guy up here as well. I got it backwards down there. Let's go down here, switch these two parameters. C %. Nope, I don't want that. CT close parenthesis. Comma not. Save that, and go up here as well. if is instance money, comma str, text equals money, else text equals, let's pull this out. No, I'll just shift the px. WA just to make sure, and I don't have any more a terminal session. How unfortunate. Okay, so cd projects, cd JGRPG. Okay, Python 3 JGRPG toolkit.py. Whew! How would you harm their reputation by telling me? I don't know. People get so offended so easily nowadays in America that it's just, you know, one weird word that I say or something that I say could cause people to get so. There's a guy, iCart, that worked at Mozilla for a very long time. I think back in the Netscape days is when he was there, and he did something that offended a whole bunch of people, and he lost his job because of it. It's just people have thin skins. I don't want to harm my company's reputation by associating who I really am with the company. That would be trouble. You know, I could lose my job if I say something that people don't like to hear. I could lose my job. You know, that's just the reality of today's world. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. It's terrible. It's horrible. But that's the way it is. So, oh well. I got to put LBS at the end of the pounds, and probably shouldn't. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm done making problems here. Before I commit, let's test it one more time. Yeah, I don't like that dot, but oh well. Edit prototype. How much should a short sword weigh? I don't know, half a pound? And how long should a short sword be? It should be like 2 feet long, right? 2 feet, and let's just say 3 inches. And how much should a short sword be worth? I'd say probably about 5 gold pieces. For a good one? Yeah. Okay. There we go, half a pound, 2 feet, and 5 gold pieces. And let's save that. Universe save. See, this is what I don't get. Oh, I guess you can select it. It was grayed out. I thought you couldn't select it. Okay, Python, quit Python. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. So traits, spells, personality, etc., etc. So let me. I don't think I've OpenOffice installed yet, or LibreOffice. OpenOffice is run by Sun. Where's my Firefox? This one? I can't tell which one's which. This one. Okay. Let me go get LibreOffice. Download it. LibreOffice. Don't download stuff unless it's from the actual website. These people should be shot. I'm serious. Sometimes they modify the code and put in ads or even malware. I just, you know, that. I just wish that. There was a lot of money behind open source projects so we can protect our copyrights and trademarks the right way. Let's download that. It's going to do the installer thing where it's like, hey, it's a small download, but it takes forever to download everything else. Okay, save value. Oh, it's downloading everything. Okay, that's going to take a while. 10 minutes. Yeah, donate. Hey, yay. Fortunately, donations don't run free software. You know, I'm a conservative. I don't believe government should give money to people unless they're doing like a public good that benefits everyone. And I see things like this and I think, you know, like government should fund science. It should. And government should probably fund free software, you know. If there's software that people are using a lot and it's valuable for everybody, I think government should absolutely fund it. And And there's no need to make it like, you know, U.S. versus another country or anything like that. It can just be an international thing where some countries pitch in some money. And think about how much it would cost to keep this project running at full scale. It's just it's a drop in the bucket compared to what we're spending on other things that are totally wasteful, you know. So that's probably the one area that I disagree with most conservatives on. But that's what I think. You know, if it's a public good that benefits everyone, yeah, we should pay for it. You know, I use Google products which are always on top. Yeah. Yeah, the vast majority of people are not easily offended. But that doesn't mean that people that do get easily offended are not powerless. So that's the way it is. I always use Google products which are always on top. Since I'm using Google as search engine. Yeah. Yahoo sucks, I know. Should I wait for... No, I'm not going to wait for down. I have to do something else. I wanted to start documenting some of my ideas, but that would be boring to watch me write. Anyway, let's do the merger. I'm just going to do it. So what I'm going to do here is... so I have these categories. I have skills, personalities, and backgrounds. And basically, the way I was thinking of dividing up how the gaming system works is you have characters, which involve the monsters and the PCs, the player characters, NPCs, NPCs, and monsters and everything. Those are instances of a race, which is like a character prototype. So races like elves say, hey, all attributes, and they have these, these different things, right? So characters are instances of races, are instances of item prototypes, right? And item prototypes are like, different things like this. And I could probably enter a whole bunch right now, but that'd be boring as well. And besides, my kids would probably want to do it. And then the next thing is like, what about like effects? Like, what about like things that change a character? Like if you cast a spell on a character and now they're slow, right? That's like an effect, right? Or if a character is wearing magical boots that speed them up or something like that. And skills are also kind of like an effect. If you have training in stealth, then your stealth ability increases, right? So skill is kind of like that. Personalities. Are personalities like an effect? In a way they are. Personalities might not have a game effect, but they certainly are kind of an effect of the character. And I can foresee that if I build like a dialogue engine that just randomly generates dialogue, then what'll happen is, oh hey Jude, what's up, man? What'll happen is if everything is an effect on top of these characters. Oh, I'm sorry. What was I thinking? So personalities could be considered an effect as well. Like maybe there's a spell that can change somebody's personality. Well, that's an effect as well. What about backgrounds? So if you're familiar with the D&D 5e system, which is really not... I mean, it's elegant and smooth, but there's not a lot of ideas that... There's not many ideas in there that are new or different from everything else. Like I remember the Mech Warrior system. They had backgrounds. You basically, walk through your character's life until you were done and wanted to plan. But the backgrounds could also be considered an effect as well. Because maybe one effect will like maybe one spell will give a character a skill temporarily. Well, a background could give a skill as well, confer a skill. So all these things are really the same thing. And so traits, skills, spells, personality, everything is a skill. And skills are something you can learn. Some skills you can learn. Some skills are just innate to the race. Some effects. I guess I should call them effects and not skills. Skills would be something that you learn that induces some kind of effect on the character. And so there's that whole system of learning and things like that. So I'm just thinking out loud right now. So I wanted to unify skills, personalities, backgrounds all into one. I have to think about this. So I think it's time to wrap up this video now. Let me push up what I have. Commit and push up what I have. So you guys can take a look at it. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, it's cute. Okay. Get status. Git add. And git commit -am item edit and view complete for now. How about I do git commit instead of git gomit? And then git push origin master. Okay. Code's now available for you guys to access and download and play with if you want to. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode. I plan to do this probably once a week on Saturdays. I don't know what's going to happen. And, oh, I didn't mention this, but my computer, the one that I use to record Factorio, is in the shop. I tried to get the save game data off of the SSD, but I couldn't access it. The motherboard is fried. But I think the data is intact. But I do have 4 more episodes coming up. But after that 4th episode, you're not going to see probably for another 2 weeks of Factorio, unless I decide to do a new one here. But that series is in the shop right now, prepared soon. So thanks for watching. And I should always mention, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That affects the search engine results and everything. So thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.